Hi guys, it's Coplands here. Today I've got a video of my Team GB squad, but before I start this video I just want to say to the people who watched my last video that I posted on the Panthers Challenge that I'm sorry, this video obviously didn't have a very good commentary as I did receive messages about that. So again, sorry about that. If you didn't like it, this just now shows me that I should not try to be someone else in my videos. So on with this video of the squad review. First of all, we're going to start off with the keeper, Dawson. I can't really expect him to be amazing where he's a silver 66, but he obviously wasn't amazing where you come up against most goal teams with this team, he'll easily just score a long shot. Yeah, they're easily just score a long shot against Dawson. Moving on to Ryan Bertrand, his pace seems a lot higher than 80. I was pretty impressed with Ryan Bertrand. I didn't really expect him to be amazing because he had an 80 pace, but he seemed like 83 or 84 pace maybe, but most silvers I buy, apart from the goalkeepers, they seem to be a lot better than actually what they're rated. So yeah, he's a pretty good player. Moving on to Stephen Cork, he's very good in the air, where he's 6'3". He's got a good pace for a centre back, even though it's 72. Again, it feels a lot higher, but most centre backs usually have about 65 and above pace, maybe lower. But yeah, he played pretty well for me. Moving on to the other centre back, James Tompkins. James Tompkins, his heading is amazing, where it's 85, so it lives up to the stats. Again, he's a really good in defence as well. His tackling, and he also does well in the air of heading it away, not just scoring the goals as well. But the only letdown James Tompkins is his pace, but that's always going to be even now because he's always going to have one good stat in one area and one bad stat in area. It's the same with every player. But for a silver, he's a really good centre back. Moving on to the right back, Micah Richards, the inform one, 83. He seemed really strong, which I was obviously expecting. If you've already used the normal one, you'd know that. But I didn't feel he was much of an improvement from his normal card. So I wouldn't say he's worth buying if you were going to buy him anyway, in any sort of team like a Prem team or a City team or an England team. I wouldn't say he's worth getting because 80k was quite a lot for him, and you might as well just stick with the normal one, which is like 3 or 4k. Moving on to the three midfielders now, we'll start with Tom Cleverley. Tom Cleverley, he seemed amazing for his rating, 79 rating. He was very cheap as well. He cost me 1.9k, probably a bit cheaper in a different formation, but in my formation that's how much he cost me. In my opinion, seriously, I think he's better than Steven Gerrard and Frank Lampard on this game. But again, I'd like to stress that this is my opinion, so a lot of people might disagree with that. Moving on to Aaron Ramsey. Plus side, I didn't manage to score with him, so the celebs are safe. Bad joke, but yeah. His passing was his main positive. It feels a lot more than 80. Again, with League's lowest rated players. Try time. They feel a lot better than what they actually are on the card. The only minus or negative about Ramsey was I couldn't manage to shoot with him anywhere on the edge of the box. He just didn't seem to test the keeper. So he's not really worth getting, but some people do want him. He's not a bad player. But yeah, that was Ramsey. That's how I thought that. Ryan Giggs, the informed version, 85 overall. I'm playing him in the centre mid position rather than on the wing or left mid because of his pace, but his pace was 75 and I didn't think that was fast enough for a winger. Because most of the defenders would probably be able to catch up with him. Seriously, I don't think he missed a single pass with his amazing 88 passing stat. That also adds on his crossing, which made his crossing really good as well, because that obviously created loads of chances. But these passes weren't just like little tiny short passes, they were like goal opportunity chances, passes. So he got a lot of assists from those as well, even from the centre mid. That's pretty good. I reckon it's a big improvement from his 83 version, which is always a good thing as well, because you're always paying a little bit more, and you're expect with most informs it's only a slight difference, but with Ryan Giggs I felt a big difference, so it was a good buy, especially only for 16k, which is not a lot these days on FIFA. You can probably get them a lot cheaper, well, not a lot cheaper, for at least about 14k now, because I've bought this team about a week ago. But yeah, he played really well, and I thought there is the only negatives I had on him were he was slightly slow, but then I made him a centre mid. Well, I didn't make him a centre mid, I put him into centre mid and just had the chemistry reduced. So it was pretty good. I'd say he's a natural centre mid, but obviously they're not going to change him on the game. And moving on to the front three, starting with Scott Sinclair. He's got 4-star skills, which is great, and his shot went really well with that, as well as his pace, because he could just bomb it down the left on his right foot, and he's got a really powerful shot and good finesse as well. So he's a pretty good all-round player. Obviously not good at defence, but he's an all-round attacker really, because he can head as well and he can finish. Fast, skills, what more do you want? Moving on to Sturridge. Sturridge had a really powerful and accurate shot for me. He scored me 2 great volleys, so his volleys, I'm saying that they're really good because he scored me 2 nice volleys, which I'll show you later in this video. But the only negative I found was it feels like he's got 75 dribbling rather than 81, but again, there's always going to be a negative to the player if there's going to be 2 good positives, and most players that is. But his shot and pace makes up for that. So moving on to Craig Bellamy. Craig Bellamy, originally a left winger, but I'm playing him on the right because of his 4-star weak foot, and he's sorry, his 4-star weak foot, which is always good if you're going to play him on the left side, because then he can shoot on his left and his right. But his right foot, or his normal shot, is really good. It was, oh god, yeah, he's got 86 shot, and it lived up to the stats. It was really powerful, but the only negatives about him was it was 80. It feels like he's got 80 pace where it says on the card 84, but he's really strong, so his strength and shot kind of makes up for him being slow and having bad dribbling, because I thought his dribbling felt lower than what it is on the card as well. I find that a lot with most informs, but that's just my opinion. So I'm just going to quickly whiz through the subs here. Jack Cork, average player. He was only used once or twice in the team. Danny Rose, I've played him left back because that's where he normally plays in real life. He was pretty good there. I'd say not the best left back, but he did have the pace to make up for it, so he was alright at left back. I played him instead of Bellamy once. He was good on that side, obviously, because of his left foot, so he could cut inside on that. His shot seems a lot higher, like it does on most Silvers. So yeah, Danny Rose was pretty decent left back or right wing. Moving on to Neil Taylor, the left back, probably not as good as Ryan Bertrand, obviously because of the pace reasons and defence reasons, but he was alright. But again, as he's Silver, he's not going to be the best player on the game. Sordell, the striker, he seemed really good. 83 pace, 64 shots, seemed a lot higher. So yeah, Sordell was a good buy, I'd say, even though I haven't used him a lot because Sturridge obviously got the first team spot over him. Craig Dawson, centre back for West Brom. He wasn't really the best centre back, obviously, because of his defence wasn't like the highest, and he isn't. Obviously, again, he's not going to be the best player on best centre back you can get because of his rating. But this is the Team GB squad. I'm not Stuart Pearce. I don't pick these things. Inform Joe Allen now. Probably the worst. Well, that's a bit harsh. Probably one of the worst informs I've ever used. For 26 to 30k, he's definitely not worth buying, but again, if you're going to make a Swansea team, then you might as well get him, because he's obviously going to be slightly better than his normal version, but I'd say stick with the normal version if you're going to use him in any other team. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Sorry I haven't been uploading like as frequently as I would like to, but I've also got other things going on, so if you'd please stay subscribed, as I'm going to be getting my videos out as much as I possibly can, and please like this video. And I'm going to be moving on to some clips of the players now, and I'll have the names of who scored them above, but you'll probably be able to see them by their faces who they are anyway. So thanks for watching, guys, and see you in my next video. Bye.